Hello, everyone. Thank y'all for tuning in again. This is the Overstand Podcast. Why understand when you go overstand? I'm your host Ashley Lovechild, and today I'm joined with a special guest. This man has over 34 credits in the music game as a producer. Worked with artists such as Joel Santana, Jim Jones, Nathaniel, myself included. You know what I'm saying? But Busta Rhymes, Snoop Dogg's, and a slew of top level artists. None other than one of my dudes. You know what I'm saying? My brother Jokey from Jokey Entertainment. Man, thank you for tuning in with us,
What's
brother.
up, family? Family, it's all good.
That's what's up, man. I for so long, bro, because like we're real friends for real. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And people take this industry thing and they see it for face value and don't know really the ins and out. So your perspective on the game, your experiences, it has to be heard. And I just feel like no other platform is, you know what I'm saying, is better tailor
Mm-hmm.
made for you, my brother. So, we want to start this off right. We want to start this off from the very beginning. I probably know some of the answers to some of this, but this is for everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
let's start from the very beginning. Where did the story start?
Subscribe.
Born and raised.
Okay, I was born in Brownsville, and my parents moved to Shirley Chisholm. She created a program for black families to move from the ghettos to Queens. So we was with the help of Shirley Chisholm, my family was able to relocate to Queens, and I grew up in LA, Queens.
That's fire. Shirley
Mm-hmm.
Chisholm. For y'all that don't know, type in that name, Shirley Chisholm.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, big salutes to Shirley Chisholm. So, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I
No,
had to
it's
throw
all
that.
good. It's all good. It's good. It's good to narrate and give history. Yeah, but I grew up in Queens, but then 1990 after I left high school, I got with some brothers in from Long Island and got in a group called UBC. We signed in 1990 to EMI. They were sort of like a Bell Biv DeVoe. I was also signed with Jazzo. I don't know if you're familiar with Jazzo.
Of course.
That used to produce for Jay-Z Jazz. He did Hawaiian Sophie. And the reason why he probably did, people was like, Hawaiian Sophie, that record, we had to do records like that because EMI was like more of a overseas label. So you had to do like a London sound.
Mm-hmm.
But it was hard to make, we really didn't make it because over here and over there is a whole different sound back then, like in the 90s.
Yeah.
So it was sort of like the soul of soul. Remember soul to soul and
Yes.
yeah, that type of sound, like I got the power, like that type of sound was then. So they wanted to mix that, you know what I'm saying? So we never could fit in a sound. So we wound up not, we didn't do well. Anyway, I left the group before that anyway, because going on tour, then because back then, when you're a new group and you're not successful, like you don't make a hit, I was coming back broke from tour. So I was like, listen, I can't live like this. So I left the group and I was going to quit. But then I got with my man, Joe, a friend of mine named Joe from around the way. And he actually had some connects with the streets kind of. And we was able to get in other rooms. And we actually got signed. I got signed like 3 or 4 times. We was down with Flavor Unit with a man named David Copper. I was signed to Bob Celeste. I don't know if you know this famous lawyer, the entertainment lawyer, Bob. I was actually signed to him at one time. I was the Motown briefly. I was signed. I did Marley had us at one time. So we was all over the place. And then when I was at Marley's, I started being interested. Well, anyway, too, we're good friends with Tribe Called Quest. So I used to be all the equipment used to be in Fife's basement. So between that, because they both used the MP. But between that and going to Marley's house, I started picking up on the production side. So we got an MP, and I started learning how to make my own music. So later down, So later down the road, I didn't want to rap no more. Later down the road, I started producing, and then Yandy gave us an opportunity to be down with Jim Jones because he got signed to Koch, and he was doing Day in the Fast Life. This is when Max B was down with Jim Jones at the time. He let us come in the studio and we started doing songs. So I've been on all his mixtapes and albums up to Vampire Life Part 2.
Okay.
So I appreciate Jim Jones for the opportunity. And then, you know, even all my other placements came from that situation. Like when you go to the studio, we ran it because a lot of his features, like even doing the joint with Snoop, was Jim Jones featuring Snoop, Nipsey Hussle, Bird Gang, like a lot of, even Jules Santana I met through Slowbucks. Jules Santana I met through Slowbucks though. I did a joint on Slowbucks first album, and I met Jules Santana and wound up being on his mixtape when he came back with him and Wale. But yeah, I had a lot of opportunities. I was given a lot of opportunities to do some beats and production. But peace to all of them for giving me that opportunity, you know.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You know, like, so let's go back just a little bit, right? So, so when you guys moved to Queens, what high school did you go to?
I went to I supposedly graduated from Springfield Gardens High School.
Okay, okay, okay.
If that makes sense.
I'm familiar with Springfield Gardens, but yeah, my bad.
I don't actually have a diploma. I have a letter saying that I could graduate. I have enough credits to graduate, but I didn't pass all my required classes to actually get a diploma. But I got the seal, so that's just like having a high school diploma.
So when did your for music start? Was
1990. 1990.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a long time ago, but yeah, 1990.
Yeah. So what was that time like for you, realizing like, yo, I really want to do this?
It didn't happen for me like that. What happened was because the guys I signed with was from Long Island, but there was one guy from Queens. His name was Mike Air. And he lived next door to one of my best friends, James. And he was like, yo, you a good size, because they wanted to formulate their group around remember BBD, New Edition. They wanted to make us like a rap BBD. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So me and one of the founders of the group was the same height. So he wanted me in the group. I wasn't even thinking about rapping, nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he said, you want an opportunity? I said, fine. So I started going to his house, and we all got along, and then I wound up being in the group. But then they had me on like some Trouble T-Roy. You know how it's heavy D. I wasn't really no dancer, nothing like that, but they had me doing dance steps and stuff like that. And then I just did it because being on the road is a different type of life. You know that. Like, I started liking being on the road and being around the stars, and I started the labels paying for everything. And I was like, wow, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? So, being young, you got caught up in the life, you know?
Now the dancing aspect of the game has kind of changed. Like, there's a lot of dancing now, but dancing around the early 90s, I remember so vividly because I had an older brother who was 11 years older than me. So I was listening to what he was listening to. When he was around like some energy, I wanted to be around the energy. I don't care if I'm here. Like, ain't nothing you gonna do about it. I'm here, or I'm telling mommy. That's how I was rolling. You know what I'm saying? So
back then, dancing was cool. We had, it was a culture. Like, even from break dancing to club dancing, like it was a culture. So it's not like now. Like back then, dancing, that's what we did. We danced, we drew, because hip hop was dancing, graffiti, and rap. Like we would do all of that. So it was a different era then. Like it was better. Like with artistic form, huh?
See, I remember the only rapper that didn't dance outside of Run DMC was I just had his name in my head. Pause. Eric B and Rakim. He was the only rapper that I seen that did not dance. But when it came to other top tier rappers like Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J, Heavy D, they had Chubb Rock, they had coordinated dances where they was actually dancing. Kid and Play. I remember at that time they was dancing and people was vibing to the dance and the rap all at the time.
Even if you go to Rock the Bells or something, you see how they do their shows. They still do them there. They still bust a move here and there. And it's entertaining. The 90s, 80s, and 90s was a very entertaining era for rap, for real.
So that's lit. So now we in 1990, and you like yo, I like being on tour. I like the energy, meeting new people, and I think a lot of people from just the neighborhood being able to see the world and having the opportunity to have an opportunity, like something that's infectious. Was that like your driving force than anything, or was it like, now that I like this, I really want to be great at this?
Nah, I was just having fun. I was a kid. I was like 20 years old. I'm traveling, I'm running around, I'm doing what I want. I had no discipline whatsoever. I just fell in love with the life. I'm not even gonna lie. And that's how they get you.
Yeah.
You in love with the lifestyle. You understand? And I didn't look at it, but only because, and you gotta understand too, I was the youngest too. Like everybody in the group was older than me. So I had like it was 5 of us. Had 4 older brothers.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to think about nothing. But see, that's a curse too, because I didn't think about nothing. So I didn't get any money.
Yeah.
Everything came to me last. You understand? That's why I left, because I go home, we doing shows and stuff like that. And I'm coming home, I'm like, well, I don't have no money.
Right.
And after people seeing your video on TV and stuff like that, you can't go work at no job. So I'd be like, yo, isn't that
yeah.
Come on. So I was like, nah, I can't do this. So I decided, I was like, I have to I just decided to work and just quit the music. So I had quit. I actually walked away. And I'm gonna tell you another thing too. Like there's a difference between doing it yourself and depending on people to pay your bills. Sometimes when you depend on people and you put yourself in certain rooms, you understand? Like, like I'm gonna put it like this. Even when I left the group, right? I could have got another situation, but are you willing to do anything to get that situation? No. If you know what I mean.
Right.
Like they put you in, like being around rich people. It's absolutely a deviant life. It's not the norm.
Right.
These people get what they want when they want. There's people that'll do anything to get it. I wasn't that type of person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not willing to do anything for money. So when I started seeing that part of it, I was turned off as well. I'm not bending over. I'm not playing no game. Like I'm not the type to do it. So if I know you go, I'm young and vulnerable, because I'm fresh out my mom's house. I'm running the streets. I'm ripping and running. I never had nobody come at me. You understand? Like, you understand? Like you want what? What? I don't. Hell no.
Yeah.
Like it's like that. There's all type of parties, but I'm gonna keep it 100. Ain't nobody tie me up and make me do nothing. You have the choice to walk away, or you can like. It depends what you want out of. Some people absolutely sell their soul and do stuff. You know what I mean? I wasn't one of those. You know, so I was put in a precarious situation, and I went home. I was like, listen, I'm going home.
Yeah.
So I had officially quit. It was really because of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was really because of that. Because the lifestyle, even though you're not getting no money, it's still contagious because you feel important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They make you feel important. Them per diems.
Yes.
You eat at the best restaurants. You get on the best planes. You get first class. They don't tell you that comes out your budget, though.
So, well, stop right there for a second, right? Explain to the audience what per diems are.
Per diems is say you have a budget, but also they have in your budget, you have promotion. Everything comes out of your budget. Even in your promotion, if you travel, they pay for your everyday expenses, but you're really paying for it. You're really paying for it.
Yes.
But they're paying for it. They give you what you call a per diem. They round it off every day what it's going to cost for you to live for that day. Save $100 a day or $200 a day. I used to save my per diem sometime and send it home, but you know what I'm saying? But that's how it was. That's how it was. You get an everyday expense, but then it come out your budget at the end. Like before you get a dime, all that stuff has to be paid back.
Right. So that's a part of the effect that I wanted to. That was going to be my follow up. The effect of your per diem, because you just stated that at the end, when you come home from tour and expense sheet, that per diem is a part of your expense sheet. So instead of coming home to maybe $8,000, you're looking at probably like $525.
I ain't have nothing. I spent, because you running wild, you buying steak, drinking the best champagne, and you and God forbid, in every city you go in, you meeting girls and stuff. So you drinking, you bring, like, come on, man, you already know how that goes. Boy, it's crazy.
That, see, and so, all right, looking back at that situation, what would you tell your 20-year-old self before going on tour for the first time?
See, that's hard, because I wouldn't change a thing, because that's how you learn your lesson. Like, now, if I'd have did it the opposite way, I would have missed all the fun in it, because you had to have the fun. Like you have to live, like we young and lived our life too. Like that they also let you see the world. So you got to give and take. I don't regret nothing. I just feel like they should give you a coach to be more like you. Whenever you get in any type of business, get a coach that will keep you business minded. That's the best advice I could give you. You know, for a new artist or somebody young, get someone around you with a business mind, because you will lose focus on business. Even creation takes you away from business too. People just want the positive side of it, creating, right? Nobody ever thinks about the business.
Right.
Getting up 5 o'clock in the morning, having to travel to 3 cities. You got to go to like 30 stores, sign all day. Your feet hurt because you've been on your feet signing autographs all day. You got to go on different radio stations, meet different DJs, stop at different. That shit is not fun. The fun part is partying at the nighttime.
Right.
You know, after you did the show and they invited you to the after party, that's when you had the nightlife. But then you losing focus, right? You did everything you're supposed to do, and instead of resting and putting your per diem away, you went and partied with the person you met all night and spent the money.
Going crazy, not even thinking about tomorrow. You know what I mean? Just going crazy for today. It's something that you just hit on. So we're going to jump around just a little bit, right? So something that you had made mention to as far as business. A lot of artists, let's be honest, they don't know their business. They're more caught up in just the I'm signed, right? But I'm noticing that a lot of the new generation is handling their business first. Their music might not be as good, but their business is together. Why do
Are
you?
they?
Huh?
Are they? It appears that way.
Okay.
I don't believe it. I believe that like the difference between then and it's no difference. Everybody fakes it till they make it. Like you seeing they make it look like that. A lot of them still be broke. They all wind up with everyone winds up the same thing at the end. You watch what even back in the day. Back in the day, you seen them with the big rope chains and the bad cars. Cadillac records. Even before that, Muddy Waters with the Cadillacs, but he never got the bread. It's still like that.
Right.
It's still like it. Huh?
But not to cut you off, the reason why I say that is because I'm not trying to throw jabs at nobody, right? But outside of I'm not throwing no jabs at anyone, but there's artists out here, their catalog. I'm not talking about a famous catalog. I'm talking about an actually worthy catalog.
Right.
Back in the 90s, you had a good catalog to get to the business side, the opportunity to get to the business side. So like you had to be popping and your music had to be good, such as, Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, the brand of a Bad Boy, Uptown Records with the brand of Jodeci and Mary J. Blige. Those type of artists had to be great, then have the opportunity to get to the business. A lot of the artists that get into the business, or at least it seems that way, they're getting deals with McDonald's, Burger King, and Pepsi, but they're not good.
But it's based on influence, not talent. It's based on influence now, though. That's but back in the day. But see, all right, on that level, yes. But at the same time, a lot of independent people, to me, got more business sense than someone who got signed.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, you can have a catalog all you want. First of all, who you don't do your catalog. When you're signed to somebody, the label does it for you.
Yes.
Who's the publisher? You have no idea. They have the relationship with the publisher, not you. They sign their piece of your publishing, not you.
Right. Yeah.
You understand? You never meet nobody. Some people have you can have a catalog to the end of, you don't know no publishers. How you getting off your catalog? Let's keep it like a lot of artists. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think independent is definitely the way to go as far as getting on top, learning the business, because to get you, that's why I always admired you, because getting off the ground yourself and covering all bases is the best way. You thinking of all, like even you bringing up catalog. There's producers today that have no idea what a catalog is.
Yeah.
They don't have an ASCAP number. They don't know how to catalog their work or get a publisher to look at their work. They don't even know how to present their music to a publisher. They don't even know that side of it. Sync licensing with cue sheets. They don't know nothing about. See, but this is another thing too. I had the privilege to sign under a lawyer as well. So but kudos to Bob Celeste, who was an excellent teacher and an excellent law scholar as well, entertainment player. So I had but a lot of people don't even think like that.
Yeah.
And they mess it. And I'm gonna tell you another thing too. These homegrown producers with these homemade contracts, you absolutely killing yourself, because back in the day when we sold a beat, a label or artist, like if I sold a beat to Jim Jones tomorrow, he likes the beat, he's going to send me a production agreement. I agree to the terms. I agree to what my he puts the publishing and how much he gonna give me with my point. Everything's on this production agreement. Meanwhile, y'all making contracts yourself and y'all selling yourself short. Yeah, they gonna sign it. They take the beat, they own the beat. You cannot renegotiate.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? These people is crazy. Like I say, like I see people's these sample pack dudes and all these dudes. You better learn how to that's not what you're supposed to do. You're doing it backwards. You understand? Back in the day, when even today, like if an artist has a serious interest, they send me a production agreement. I give it to my lawyer. The price is what you can negotiate.
Right.
I'm not putting no price there. How much you willing to give me? He gonna say yes, no. I'm gonna say yes, no. It's the price that my lawyer can negotiate. We go from there. Publishing is 50-50. You know what I'm trying to say? You already know. And this is another thing too. A lot of artists who don't get royalties is because if you don't write or produce your song, you're not getting anything but show money.
Yeah.
Because how it works, writers get one half, producers get the other half. They didn't say nothing about singing, writing, producing.
Right, yes.
People need to know this. You know what I'm saying? So you better learn how to write too. Even if you got writers, you better learn how to write, because the only money he better make you a hit, because that's the only money you're gonna get, show money.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting? When I came out and I went the independent route, that wasn't popular at the time. At particular time, we're talking about 07, 08. If you wasn't signed to Diddy or somebody coming up, Rick Ross, Young Money, it was like, yo, so but I had the benefit of my father being in the business and him being a signed artist. So when I really showed that interest, the very first thing he did was give me the book of the music business. When I'm telling you, this thing is about this thick, like it's pages of pages, and I'm like, I'm supposed to read all that, and I want to get in the studio by tomorrow, like. But I had to really sit down and learn the language of law. But I had the benefit of learning the language of law through taxes. We have third generation tax business. I know parts of business law and also corporate law and supreme law, because my mom worked for the Supreme Court of New York. So, having this walking knowledge with me, and now that I'm in business, I kind of feel like I had an advantage in the
Yes,
exposure.
you did.
So, but being independent wasn't popular at the time, you know. So, you know,
But you had another magic thing you didn't talk about too. You was earning 6 figures.
yeah,
You was earning. You see, a lot of people don't have the money to invest in themselves
yeah,
because nobody got 10, 20, 30,000 back then. Now it's like
yeah, yeah,
$100,000.
yeah,
But back then it was nobody had 10, 20. So you would, but I'm gonna say this too. A lot of them people you said they was under Puffy, they don't have the best financial stories right now. Puffy
yeah,
was paying them up to be and whenever you deal with somebody, a middleman, they always get you. It's better to be in charge of your own money, learn how to get your own loan. That's why I said that the other day. I remember you was putting up the you had made a list about black people and getting their money up. And I was like, in my opinion, being in the game this long, you have to absolutely know how to get your own money.
mm-hmm.
And establishing wealth for yourself and borrowing from yourself. You have to learn how to do things for yourself, because if you let somebody else do it, they're gonna rob you every time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. Like look at every person that's under somebody, right? They
Mm-hmm.
got robbed.
Yeah,
They
yes,
got robbed. Independent was the way to go, because you learn enough not to get robbed. I mean, you still going to get robbed somewhat because you
yeah,
signing a loan. The interest on the loan is crazy,
mm-hmm.
but at least you know the ins and outs to get you're going to make a profit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? A lot of people who go in the game and depend on a label do not get the profit. And
Yeah,
even now with 360 deals, you don't even profit off shows. Even they
mm-hmm.
get a PC off your shows now.
Yes, yes, yes. So, so it's so important of what you're saying, because the illusion, because we're speaking to the illusion of the music game, but
Mm-hmm.
we're our main focus is the music business, and a lot of people get both of that confused. See,
Mm-hmm.
even though I had to make being independent work for me,
Mm-hmm.
but the illusion of people that's not in the business, they looking at the music game, and again, I say Puffy because at that time it's like, yo, you signed a bad boy. Oh, so it's the illusion of what it looks like. Oh, that looked good, but
Mm-hmm.
business side of it is like, damn, you
Mm-hmm.
benefiting, bro, because your deal with him was automatically 60%. He getting 60,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not even getting the 40, because then you got your lawyers, you got man,
Mm-hmm.
you have
Songwriters, he's writing your songs, he's
right.
putting you in those situations. But I'm
Mhm.
gonna tell you another thing where you have the advantage. Being that you independent, you know how to invest your money to make money. They've never learned that.
Yeah, yeah,
They're just waiting on a check. You know how to take a little bit and make it a lot. That's the middle class way. Because we, like me, I worked, so I understood money too, because I had to. Like, one thing, the privilege of me having a partner is that he did all the running around and I worked. I really didn't run around like that.
mm-hmm.
You understand? I hardly had relationships with any of the artists. He had the relationships, and I
Mm-hmm.
sent the stems. I said, "This is what you need. This is what you need," and I sent it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But I absolutely knew to do with the money, though. You know
mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? I put it away. I'll put it away. I'll put it in some type of surety policy, something, and then I borrow off of it
Yeah,
instead of spending it. And I let my money accrue while I
mm-hmm.
borrowed and took loans off my own money. I didn't borrow from nobody else but me. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was trying to tell people. Like, there's ways you have to change your way of thinking. Even being independent. I say be independent because say you do get an advance or whatever, you could use that advance as a come up. That's your right there. Never spend that advance. You
Never.
put it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, put it up and borrow off of it. Why do you have to buy? Why the first thing you have to do is buy a car? Borrow off of your. Put it
Event.
in the security, put it in the policy, put it in the market, put it somewhere, because that's where wealth comes, where your money's making money all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody teaches us that. We just take money and we spend it, or we'll let them use us for the money to pay. Because another thing with the budget, that budget don't just go to you. That's what pays the employees in that building.
Yes.
People don't know that. There's a
Yeah.
promotion team, there's a video team. That's not your team. They already on the label.
Yeah.
They take your money and paying them. They're just justifying.
Yes. Yes.
You understand? So that's another thing too, because everybody don't come to work every day. Who's to make
Right.
sure that everybody comes to work and do their job every day?
And there's stories, and again, see, it's the illusion, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of artists. I don't want to say stories. There's a lot of artists who are signed or were signed to those big labels. They have
Mm-hmm.
it, and therefore budget don't get used on their project. So whoever's in
Mm-hmm.
budget, they say, well, we're not getting any traction, so I'm gonna use the rest of the budget to go get a new car.
If the label gives it to you.
So
Now you got to have that's where management come in, because if you don't got a good manager, the label will goon you out of all that money.
right. So, but most times, and I don't want to say this, but I have to be honest. From our communities, we do
Mm-hmm.
avoid business. Like when
Mm-hmm.
get a chance to like really ascend, we don't go out and get somebody who is a seasoned,
Mm-hmm.
we will go out and bring our boy on. Like I go through it all the time. Run
Mm-hmm.
in the tax business in the sense of when most people when they start making money, like, oh, I could do taxes by myself. No, you can't. You
No,
don't
the hell you can't.
have to be
Mm-mm.
a professional. Same thing
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the music business. You
Mm-hmm.
a seasoned professional as your lawyer, manager. It's going to cost, but it's the cost of business that's going to set you up really not just for the long run, but for the short run as well too, because it comes with experience.
And let me explain this to you too. Like, people don't know your tax bracket is different. You're not getting a regular W-2 like somebody who go to work. They taking a little bit more than half of your check. That's if there's ways you can get around it, invest the whole thing. But if say you didn't, say
Mhm.
I'll pay because they don't pay you like they pay, like for instance, they'll pay. I just want to explain something because you know already. So I'm not.
Yeah.
The people that don't know, they don't give you a check that you could take to the bank. You have to have a business account. Okay. So if you don't have a business, you have to go get a business account. Now, my man, to tell you right here, business accounts, you get charged, especially an LLC, you'll
Yeah.
get charged damn near double what a regular working person would
Yes.
pay.
Yes.
You understand? So now you got an LLC like a dummy. You get the check off the LLC, you take the money out, you automatic, and then most people spend that money. They don't even put that. They're not doing it for you. You got to put that. So I know people that owe IRS millions of dollars
Mm-hmm.
because they never paid their taxes. They took out the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you be like, how rappers owe this and owe that. That's how.
Pour
You
money back.
understand? That's how. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of investing all your money, there's a way you don't have to pay any. You put your money in the sureties or whatever, they're not even looking for you because you got your money in the system. Your
Right.
money's in the system.
Right.
You never take that money out.
Right.
I will never take out my money.
Right.
That's invested forever. You leave it to your kids, let your kids leave it there, and your kids leave. You borrow from it.
Yeah.
If you never get no gain, I'm just teaching some black people game. You want gain? This is some real game. Never use your money.
Mm-hmm.
You take loans from your money. You don't use your money.
Mm-hmm. But what you're saying, we didn't get that information prior.
No.
This is
No.
all trial and error, and damn. So you mean to tell me I could have had what? Damn.
I would have been a millionaire, right? Well, I'm not saying I'm not gonna lie, I'm not broke now, but I would have been like Puffy right now had I been doing that. This is 4 or 5 deals later that I learned it. You understand?
Yeah.
And not even I'm an old man now. That's when you really learn, when you get old. Like now I'm 54, so now I'm learning now. Like now I'm good. Like when I was young, I was messed up. I owed the IRS like $1 million. You understand what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to put,
Mm-hmm.
And most stars, most entertainers owe the IRS millions of dollars. And I'm telling you, everything they would have seen. The Maseratis is rented, brothers. I'm going to tell you, everything they got is rented and loans. It's not theirs.
Mm-hmm.
You very rarely see someone that's theirs. They rent, they loan. That's not yours. Nothing is yours.
Mm-hmm. is the and the few that really have took care of their business.
Mm-hmm.
You know the difference. You know when somebody
Mm-hmm.
is like, is because they're not doing it for the show, it's not for the grand.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you get around them, you're like, that's what's up. You could tell, you could
Mm-hmm.
just tell. Um, but people get so caught up in the illusion. So I've had
Mm-hmm.
situations where I signed artists, and I was trying to give them the same format that I use and been given in the business and in the game, but they
Mm-hmm.
caught up in the illusion side of it and said, no, this is not how it go. You put the
Mm-hmm.
here. This is what the deal is for. So that
Mm-hmm.
if you eat, then you get your money and I'm gonna get my money. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm signing you to make money.
Mm-hmm.
To make me money, but you're supposed to have a lane that you're carving for yourself to make your own
Mm-hmm.
money. And then at some
Mm-hmm.
point, if you get big, pause, then we'll renegotiate because that's just
Mm-hmm.
business. That was already ingrained in my
You
head.
better than me because artists are very selfish. This is a relationship. If you not thinking about me eating and not, this is how you always got to look at a relationship too. Like we got to eat together. Like a lot of people are using us. Like they use you for the creation. They'll use you for the studio. Listen, this stuff costs money.
Hmm.
If I'm fronting the money, understand I got to get my money back.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
understand that.
yeah,
Like, don't think because you get signed and I wind up taking this and you taking that, you get mad because I took something. You wasn't mad when I invested my money in you, though. You understand? These people is crazy. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like people just want to use you. Then or you use me up. I spent all my money to get you signed, and you signed the back deal and bounced and left me hanging. Like, come on, like.
yeah. Crazy.
That's why I don't deal with. I can't, man. These people use you in the work. Like and it's worse now. These people is users. Like, I pay me what you owe me, and you can go ahead. Like, I sell my beats. You can buy it, or unless I mess with you, I'll give
Yeah,
like with me and you. You know how me and you.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
but if you are artist, buy your beat and keep it moving. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I know how to get mine on it, and I you know what I'm saying, 'cause I wrote half the song. I catalog the beats, and I'll try to get my publishing on the back end. But I'm not chasing nobody for nothing. I'm not. I can't. That artist is crazy. That they don't want to do. They don't want to work.
Hmm.
They don't want to. It's a lot of sacrifice. There is like even with me. Why I'm and this is funny. This
Hmm.
is the one message I want to get across.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be a Diddy Combs to be successful. Successful is a goal that you put in front of yourself and you achieve it. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Now, do I make millions of dollars a year doing music? No, I do not.
Hmm.
But do I make enough to pay my mortgage and my bills? Yes, I do.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's successful to me.
Yes.
That's successful to me. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? As long as you get an opportunity that could pay your mortgage, pay your bill, put it in your investments or whatever, that is successful, brother.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay to reach for the stars, but you can absolutely do well not doing it. Sometimes reaching for the stars comes with a whole like you ever seen that movie where a genie grants you 3 wishes and
Yeah.
you don't even know the wishes that you asking for? It comes with a whole bunch of other shit. Like
Yeah.
even watching the Diddy situation now, right? I feel I'm not gonna say I feel I'm not here to judge, right? But
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure Diddy did not know that the end of the deal was gonna end like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or you done experienced every height in life
Yeah.
just to have the fucking rug snatched under you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how the devil works. You
Yeah.
don't really think things through. Like you get so indulged. And I don't even think I wouldn't say he's a deviant, or I just think you get caught up in that life. That life is crazy. When you dealing, just like people want to be quick to call Diddy a deviant and stuff like that. How many dudes with half of that money
Hmm.
on their vacations, they go to DR, they
Hmm.
go to the strip club? What the hell is the difference? Like
Yeah.
you going to DR, you're indulging in these. You don't know how old them women are.
Right. Hmm.
You see what I'm trying to say? You going to the strip club, some people get a lap dance and something, and depending on how much money you get a little bit more. You know how this go. What's the difference though?
Right.
What's the difference? Like you want to judge somebody? A lot of people are like that. You get caught up. You know what I'm saying? Even hustling, dudes get a little bit too much. They throwing their money away.
Hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? They not putting their money away. They throwing their money away.
it's very interesting, right? Because there's a such thing as getting enough money or making enough money to destroy yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, a lot of people will never understand on making enough money where they understand that they could get somebody to do something for that
Mm-hmm.
some of that money. So if you
Mm-hmm.
that make over a certain amount of money and you're used to making that, and no matter what, you're gonna make that, and
Mm-hmm.
you really have the power to say, take somebody, whatever that you
Mm-hmm.
like or want to be done. Hey, I want you
Mm-hmm.
to rub my feet or something, whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
and it's somebody that would normally that never would do that, but I'm gonna give you $250. Then what?
Mm-hmm.
Above just to see where their star person, meaning like where their morale is gonna pick up, and people really that's in those situations are really drunk off that type of power
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
need to get this person to bend to my will. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Well, I got one even better. Somebody put up a meme. We was arguing the other day about a meme. There's two sides to the meme. On the top side, it's college degree, career, nice home, nice car. That's the top. That's what people think success is. And then on the bottom, it says success really is your health, your having love in your life, being happy and traveling.
Mhm.
And they said that's what success really is. And I said, to be honest, it's both.
Yeah.
And I said sometimes people get caught with one, overindulge in one and not the other, and you miss the happiness. Like when you're too much into money, where your life is money, like
Mhm.
even hustling. I know dudes that hustle all day and night, they don't even get a chance to spend it. You living with a camera in your house, you living like there's people that chase it so much they don't get to enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
And there's people that is happy with nothing and they don't never get the safety net. So
Mhm.
it's both. Like you need it's a balance. You
Mhm.
understand? I feel like you should never go for too much of anything. Like look at Steve Jobs. He had it all, right? But he
Yep.
but he didn't watch his health and wound up dying of pancreatic cancer. And he actually said, make food your medicine or medicine to be your food, right? So it's definitely a balance. Like we have to overall look at everything, like being happy, being in a loving situation, mental stability, as well as being fiscally responsible, having some stability. I think it's all in one.
Mhm.
That's the key to life to me. Yeah.
Especially with money, because I had a conversation with one of my former colleagues, and
Mm-hmm.
I was telling him he was having like financial issues, and I said,
Mm-hmm.
not the fact that you need to make more money. You,
Mm-hmm.
you have to learn how to cut out real expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Making more money is only going to come with more bills.
Mm-hmm.
Again, all right, I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
do this the best way possible, but money for those who are really taking this in, money is not real. You can
Mm-hmm.
make
Mm-hmm.
1,000, 200,000, and
Mm-hmm.
a year later have none of it.
Right.
But oddly enough, you can make it back again, and you
Mm-hmm.
never make it back again. But so when I look at people who are multi-millionaires, like say somebody like Will Smith, and I was listening to his
Mm-hmm.
story when it comes to the business side of it, right?
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
he gets sued at least 53 times a year.
Right.
So we talking about 20 million a movie. That's a
Mm-hmm.
but 53 53,000 times a year he gets sued. Whether they win or not is not important. He has to keep a lawyer on retainer first and foremost, just to go through
Mm-hmm.
all of that stuff.
And
And
go to court 3-4 months out the year. That's crazy.
it's crazy. So and so when you make more money, it comes with more problems. So,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, having the maintenance and the management of your health.
Mm-hmm.
Without your health, you can't make no money. You need
Mm-hmm.
money to have peace of mind. You don't
Mm-hmm.
$1 million. You don't need billions of dollars.
Let me ask you a question though. This is it's funny, it just popped up in my head though. Okay, Will Smith goes to court 53 times a year, say, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would possess you to get up and smack the shit out of somebody? I'm just saying it's decision making too. Like what like if you've been through stuff like me, I've been through a criminal and a civil case before, and I will never do that again.
Yeah.
So for you to go through this, do you learn your lesson? No, that says a lot about your personality on the low. Because if you go to court 53 times, I would not get up. I would think about it twice before I get up and slap the shit out of somebody on national television at that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, it wasn't 53. I said 53,000 times. I meant
3 times.
50. No, it was over 100. It was in the hundreds. It was in the hundreds.
Been sued. I can see why. He seemed like a hothead. Like why would you nah, it only take me one time. You should, first of all, if you should, once I get in a certain like especially in like you like say it only take one time you show me, and I ain't never doing that again. Never. Yeah. That's just me.
Yeah. So I mean, but like the main thing is the point that we're driving home is
Mm-hmm.
and the illusion of money, and and the fact that there's the music game that has the illusion of money.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, and I'm not saying it to knock them down, but a lot of them is not living that life. But a lot of people believe what's the fake, and they don't believe what's the real.
Right.
Which is so backwards. Like I don't get it, but you know, when you do it for the gram, I mean, anything is liable to, you know, shift your mindset if you don't know better.
It shouldn't be in your hand like this. It should be making something.
Right.
Biggest thing black people do that drive me crazy. When I see a bunch of people talking about I get money and you got a bunch of a green paper in front of you like this, I'm like, he absolutely didn't know. He missed the assignment. Mm-hmm. You know how much you could have been and invest in that? Invest that in something. That could be 3 times the amount that you have in your hand if you knew what you was doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think honestly, because like I said, money is not real. It comes and it goes. It's going to be, it's meant to be spent, but it's also meant to give you peace of mind, right? So like my thing with this is people don't even know where to find information on how to properly invest.
Right.
And that's the most scary thing. Like most times from our communities, when people give money, like I'm just going to be honest, our people go shopping. You know what I mean? They go buy them a car. They're going to go get some clothes. They're going to get some jewelry. You know, very rare. It's very rare that people really take care of the home front, go buy a house, maybe put some money away in escrow, put some money away in a policy so that way you can borrow on it.
I used to put my whole check in the escrow and pay my bills off the escrow. That's how I paid one of my cribs off like in 2 seconds.
Subscribe.
I used to put my whole check that I made into my escrow account. My whole check went straight to my escrow account, and then I paid my bills from there, and whatever was left just stayed in there.
Yes. And
people don't know that's crazy right there. You will pay a house up at least 10 years earlier than.
Yes. So you know what's funny, right? Because I didn't really know about the ins and out of escrows until I bought a house. When I was like, oh, so you know, even though because when you buy a property, it's an asset. So
right.
After doing that, and you know, moved it around a little bit, but that's when I learned the game about escrow and how it had the advantages that it has with escrow. But even like, you know, people that come before us, like my father, right?
That's who taught me. That's who taught me, huh? Yeah.
And my father, he bought his house in 10. He paid it off. I remember the day he paid it off. He called me on the very last payment. He said, "Yeah, man, you know, I got my last payment. The house is paid off." And I was like, "Wow, congratulations!" I remember the phone call. So But people had this idea that when they come in the game, that everybody's gonna love them. They're gonna make this money, and they to pay nothing back to the game. What do you have to say about that in particular?
It's nothing like you think it's going to be. That being successful is a sacrifice, and it's going to take a lot out of you to get where you want to get is not easy to go. You have to travel from city to city, sometimes by car, sometimes by coach, train. You're gonna have to do a lot of things that you have to be in a lot of places and a lot to be famous the way you see on TV that these people are. They didn't get that overnight. It's not just videos, it's not just TV. These people actually go from city to city to city, state to state to state, borough to borough to borough, meeting people, being in certain situations, doing shows, and sometimes for free. A lot of your beginning, you work 3-4 years for free. You understand? You get under somebody for free. I advise people who's first getting in the game to get under somebody in the game and travel with them and everything and see how hard they work to get that money.
It's funny that you say that, because when I first started out, one of the people that I looked to from afar because of their business savvy was
Who?
Jim Jones.
Jim Jones, yeah.
Yes, because when he was on Koch, I noticed how he moved. And for some reason, the question I would ask myself was, how does an artist make money from their music, live their life without looking like they work hard? I was obsessed with that question. And then I, did my steps. But when I first started, because Koch, it's a bit of a head start, but it's, a indie. But at the same time, watching what he was doing, I was like, okay, even though I never had the privilege of meeting Jim Jones or being under his tutelage, because he gained a lot of knowledge in the business himself.
To be honest, I don't have a personal relationship. Like, my partner has more of a better relationship. I don't have I think I've ran into Jim Jones actually maybe 2 or 3 times. And he still probably wouldn't pick me out of a lineup.
Right.
Like, I send like I said, I was working most of the time. I'll send my stems. I had a relationship with you know how I even get the beats to him? He has a dude under him named Chris Luck. I used to send the beats to Chris. Chris will get the beats to me. Be like, yo, he likes this, this, and this. And then when things get rolling, Chris will tell me we ready to roll, and I go get Bob, and Bob will draw up the contract. Well, they'll give me the production agreement. I give it to Bob. I pay Bob, and it's only like $500-$600. I'm breaking everything down.
Yeah,
everything done. I send it back. I send the stems, and everything's a go. And then I'll get the check in my account in maybe a week or 2 or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? But I've never sat down and had a conversation with Jim Jones. So I can't tell. I still, and again, I appreciate all the opportunities he's given me and my partner Joe, because there's been times I had to make them change the credits because they said produced by Joe Black, because they see him and not me, because I'm working. Yeah. Because I never invested into them. You know how this go. Yeah. My money came from my career. It didn't come from music. Music was a hustle. I had 2-3 streams of income. Like, I learned, you understand? I learned the game, like from your dad. Your dad, like, listen, I remember one time, I shouldn't even be telling the story, but one time I remember you was going to do my taxes. I messed up. I had properties and I messed up real bad.
Yeah.
And you was going to do it for free for me. And your dad was like, no. Tell him to come in. And he sat me down and scolded me. Like, you have to get on top of your, and when he broke and I'll never forget that conversation jump started my life. Like the way I think about things, and the way, like, he was because your dad was in the music business and he moved the way he did. Yeah. It definitely was he was like a big brother to be like a second dad, because I could relate. I never had nobody that could relate to him. He was older, did it first.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm kind of passing it down like he did it to me too. That's why I'm talking like this on here now. I'm talking real things that you could take, because that's what he did for me. You know what I'm saying? When I met him, I was in a jam. You hear me?
Yeah.
And not only did he get me out the jam, he taught me how to not be in a jam. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I always felt indebted to the family because I was like, yo, that's why I never. Me and you hit it off. I never got
Yeah.
at you. Be like, yo, I need this. I'd be like, fine.
Yeah.
Yo, send me this beat. Fine. I would never charge you for nothing. You hear me? Like like because of the jewels and the love that I got from somebody even sharing knowledge. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
that's definitely appreciated. And I know, that would have ringed well with him. Rest in peace.
he was the man. I ain't even gonna lie.
I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Crazy. A lot of his success came obviously like later on because of
Mhm.
a lot of the mistakes that he made early, and
Mhm.
grew up like really struggling. And to see my father turn it around for himself and it
Mhm.
benefit him and the family, like, I was always, proud. That's, your dad
Mhm.
is your dad, regardless. Like, I never looked at my dad as an income. I just looked at him as my dad. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
hearing you say what you just said, it means the world to me, and I know it meant
Mhm.
everything to him as well too. So
And I used to sit there and watch you right. He's right there, you right there. So
yeah,
you got the first hand knowledge. Like he used to be right here. You was right. His desk
yeah,
is here. Your desk is right there. Y'all was hand in hand.
yeah,
So I already know you're gonna be all right forever. The only thing we learn from our parents' mistake is the health part. Like we have to do what he did financially. And remember, I said there's two parts of success. Don't ignore that second part. Our health, we have to stay on top of our health as well. Because us as Black people, we get focused on one thing and not both. Like we'll get focused on that money and be chasing, not taking care of ourselves.
yes,
Absolutely. And then next thing you know, the top don't matter because now we got to worry about the bottom.
yeah,
You have to balance this out. We have to get on top of our health, be in more loving situations, mentally take a break if we got to, get a
yeah.
vacation if we got to. You know what I'm saying?
That reminds me of Vampire in Brooklyn when Kadeem Hardison is playing like the ghoul, and
Mhm.
and Pops, he's playing like his uncle or whatever. He,
Mhm.
have you looked at yourself lately? Like he lost the eye, he lost the
I
hand.
feel-
My man just taking care of me. He like, yo, how
Mhm.
he taking care of you and you don't got no eye, no hand, no you focus on the business, ain't worry about your health. So I
Mhm.
and that's basically what that really boils down to. I
Mhm.
but going back a little bit,
Okay.
what was the first time that you really felt like, yo, I arrived in music with my production?
Um, I still feel like I haven't yet. I feel like I'm still getting there. Like I feel like my neck because I still get places. I'm not gonna blow up. I might have a placement on Buster next joint. And I did a song with Jim Jones and Millie's called Feel It. But like getting an Afrobeat situation or I feel like I'm at my prime now.
Okay.
I'm more musically because now because back then I was because that like I'm gonna tell you another thing too. You transition like when you do music, right?
Hmm.
At some point in your music career, if you're producing, you're gonna transition from musicianship to engineering.
Hmm.
So now I'm starting to learn the engineering side to the point where sonically, like I know how I want to sound. And my mixes, I don't need no. And I can go in the studio myself and
Hmm.
do everything myself. I don't need no engineer. I don't need. That's why I said I feel like now, more now than ever. You know what I'm saying? I'm at my point now. I just never had because I've had opportunities, but I've never been in control like a Dr. Dre's in control of a
Yeah.
whole project. No, I'm that type dude where people own homes. This is another thing too. Just because somebody lets you cut their grass don't mean you in the house. You
Right.
just anybody could cut that grass. They just like the way you cut it. You just cut it. So I stayed in my lane. I cut the grass and I never got to come in the house though. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So
Hmm.
I'm sitting there cutting everybody grass, but nobody let me come in. You know what I mean? That's the story of my career. I never got to come in the house and actually be in a family where I'm like even Arab music, right? Cameron had put him in. He's actually was down with Cameron like that. Like Jim Jones, I come to the studio, I lay the track, and I'm going.
Yeah.
I come to the studio. I didn't never. I'm not saying I wasn't family because they definitely gave me dibs. Like if I send if I send my tracks, I definitely had priority in them picking it. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I mess with that dude," but I never felt the family dynamic physically. You know what I'm saying? But peace to him though, because he didn't have to give me no opportunity. I'm not from the Bronx. I'm not from Harlem. He did not have to give me that opportunity. So I will always be grateful to that man for the opportunities he gave me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even be where I'm at now if he had not given me the opportunities to. So I, even when I see people beef with certain, like I will never beef with somebody that got me from one place to another. You know what I'm saying? Whether we fell out or whether you moved on, I know that you gave me a job. Like even though you cut my grass, but you let somebody else cut your grass next year, at least you let me cut it. I had a chance to show somebody, yo, I could drive by his mansion and say, yo, I cut his lawn. You know what I'm saying? Like he gave me that opportunity. There's a million people in this world that wish they had that opportunity. So I'm always humbled to when somebody let me, even Snoop letting me do that track or Nipsey doing the track, RIP to Nipsey Hussle. People who rapped on certain tracks. Mano, I did a drink with Mano, and it was really his man, Push Montana, and Mano did the track with him. But just the fact that they didn't look at me as, yo, I don't know this dude, I'm not rapping. They still, if you like the track, a lot of dudes will snub you just because you're not a name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to even give youngsters in the hood, that's what hip hop's all about, to seek out talent in your neighborhoods and push it. So I absolutely respect them for keeping hip hop alive, because there's a lot of people who wouldn't even give me the time of day. You know what I'm saying? There's times I could go to I'll go to a label and they'll make me sit in the lobby all damn day and won't see nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I have a schedule with me and I'll be there all day. You know what I'm saying? But then there's other people but one thing I'm gonna say too, relationships is everything. Because you have good relationships in the streets or whatever, I was always able to get in a room. You know what I'm saying? This is another thing too. Don't ever snub your nose at nobody. Because let me tell you something, all my placements came from the streets. It didn't come from corporate.
Right.
All my placements came from dudes that people snub their nose at, that people be like, oh, they this, they that. Let me tell you something. They got me in every last room. People say gangsters, people say hustlers, gang members, whatever. You can say what you want, but they got me in them rooms. They's like, yo, that's my man. He do beats. Yo, come, yo, we in here. Yo, my man does. That's how I got in every room.
Yeah.
That's how I got in every room. I'm not even gonna hold you. And I'll never snub my nose. That's why I always talk the real when I get on any platform for anybody. Like anybody. From I don't judge people. I don't look at people. I don't believe in classism. I believe that each one teach one, because you got $1, you can make two. If you get $1, you can make two. And if I can help you make two, I'm gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? Even with health, sometimes I go on my page and I put up health tips, exercise tips, money tips, anything that'll help somebody get better. That's when somebody be around us, they supposed to be a better person. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get your blessings. Like everyone around you should be better being around you. If they not better, if you not doing your job, if the people around you are not being better. You understand?
You know, it's interesting that you say relationship.
Subscribe.
For me, myself personally, I've been able to move the way I've been able to move because of the relationships that I had to build throughout the years. Like, you know, growing up, I played football, basketball, and I boxed. And you know, I ran with a particular crowd that, you know, we'll go from neighbor. I know this sounds very old, y'all, but we'll go from neighbor to neighborhood, and we'll knuckle up. You know, and the people that you knuckle up with, you actually become friends later on, because that just was the environment. That just wasn't my name. That just was the environment in Brooklyn. So the point I'm making is that you build this reputation in your neighborhood, and now when you're doing other things, they be like, "Yo, my man got a studio," or "Yo, my man, he worked with such a yo, my man, he know the printing company if you're trying to get CDs made." So those type of relationships, I was able to take, like I made being independent more as an advantage instead of an advantage. So, but I think I had to get out there and meet the people that they for me. So, I had plenty of opportunities to sign to Electra. I remember I turned down a deal to Electra for $100,000. My mother was upset with me, but not understanding what $100,000 really meant at the time, and business. And because she seen me as new to the business, she's like, "Yo, you know what $100,000 would do for you right now?" And I'm like, "It won't do nothing because I already have that." You know what I mean? Like, so
Right.
it's not gonna do it. It sounds amazing, Electra. That sounds beautiful.
Until you get that check, you be like, what happened to the 100,000? This what there, this what there, this what there, this what there. Yeah.
So her not understanding the business, but going back to having relationships and understanding how these things really work, that's very vital and very important. And especially from going, like you said earlier, to be successful, you have to go town to town. That's relationships, knowing who is the button pusher at those clubs or at those events, knowing the people in the environment, so that way you come, you do your stuff, they respect you enough not to test you. Saying you get your money, you get up out of there, and know the people who could set you up with your travels,
Right.
hotel, bus,
That's
plane,
right.
train, like all that has to be accounted for.
You
So
did that for years.
but see, automatically, I already, you know what I'm saying, just like how you tours, things that are a must, that has to be accounted for, the logistics, just knowing those surroundings, so that way you could be successful. So it's funny that you hit those same things or whatever, because people have this idea that other people are just going to take care of it and they're just going to do it from the goodness of their heart. No, people out here are trying to make money, and money to make money in the music business. And a lot of people don't realize you're hoping that back end is amazing,
And
because
then
it's
you not. You see, not the only way it's amazing is if you didn't take it on the front.
right.
Take it on the front. I'll wait in the back. But I'm gonna tell you another thing, and this is why I'm mad about these beefs, because relationship, like now, it's like the style to burn bridges. It's like we're trying to destroy each other. Like, I don't know if this is by design, but these rappers, you have dudes that's set for life in rap. Like you have Drake, you have Kendrick Lamar, you have Rick Ross. These people are set.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
To go at it like this is destroying rap. You understand? It's like why, like back in the day, we dissed each other, right? We get into a point where we want to destroy each other. Even if you look at YouTube influencers now, I have to go look up your house, your family. There's no off limits. I was talking about that this morning. There's no off limits. Like, you're going too far. You're going into my family business, public records. Like you're trying to actually destroy me. For what? You understand what I'm trying to say? Especially these rich people. You're rich. Why are you letting words want you like the more I see it now, the more I said, because people was laughing at me when I said J. Cole was smart to pull out, right? But now that you seeing where this is going, that was the best decision ever. Like why are we sitting here destroying each other? Like, damn, got the kids involved, people's families. You look at people pulling up at your crib, shooting up your crib. Like, what the hell are we doing here?
Like they was just doing music together, and now you dissing each other.
Burning bridges. These relationships now, what label going to sign us? You can't. These dudes is the top of the food chain, blowing money. You messing it up for nobody's going to get signed. Nobody's going to like you're like. Is this by design? You see what I'm trying to say? Because what could somebody say to you that's going to end your day? You a millionaire. Ignore them. And I wouldn't even have this. Why are we dissing? I'm rich.
Yeah. I have this saying that, well, I've heard this saying somewhere. The the moon doesn't allow a dog to bark at them. It doesn't affect the moon. When
Mm-hmm.
a dog looks to the moon and start barking,
Mm-hmm.
moon doesn't do nothing because it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. So if
I
you're
agree
in
with you. So what is this really about?
right,
Then what is this really about? Like,
mm-hmm.
yeah, because at the end of the day, all you guys is getting your money. Like, why? What is this really about? Like, I can't get like it's really bothered me. Even how I'm watching everything. Everything I see in YouTube is people destroying each other. Like you pulling up people's family history. I even see people going in jails, pulling up people's jail records, public pulling up people's families, their family histories. That's nobody's business. Like, what happened to privacy and respecting people's privacy?
Mm-hmm.
Respecting people's space. It's like we invade people's space for pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
When did we start that?
Mm-hmm. I think honestly, I think it started with the drill scene. Because with the drill scene, you had guys that really took it there, and then when people died,
Mm,
like pull up to their gravesite, pee on their
that's,
gravesite, or
that's crazy. That's
or pee, or
mm-hmm.
there was one particular rapper, the mother lost lost the rapper, and she was at the gravesite, and the other rapper seen the mother at his gravesite and murdered the mother right then and there at her son's gravesite.
That's crazy. So we're practicing a cycle. Like hip hop was not created for this. Like
Mm-hmm.
and I don't really want to go there, but gang culture got to do better. It's like we live in hate. We living in hate. Like and it's not standing for nothing. Like what happened to brotherly love, community restoration. You know what I'm saying? Even do people know the real reason why Larry Hoover can't get out of prison? Because he absolutely knows how to get it right if he gets out.
Mm-hmm.
He's really a political prisoner because he realizes what the did you know that the government gave GDs money when they first was formed, thinking that
Mm-hmm.
the community like
Community, yeah.
right. So get back to it. Get back to community. Where did we go wrong where we're staring the youth to kill each other though? When is somebody gonna say and get organized and do this right? Like even you get I'm not even gonna start because I'm not gonna ruffle feathers because it's not I don't want to get in business, it's not mine. I'm not a gang member, right? But at the same time, something has to be done to get these kids out these streets because they absolutely even the to be honest, it infiltrated rap.
Mm-hmm.
If you take it, even a lot of execs is ex drug dealers, hustlers. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Who milked a lot of labels out of money, and now labels don't trust. You understand? Because they was extorting, extortion, all type of stuff. It turned into laundering, money laundering, all type of crazy stuff. The music companies got suckered and allowed. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100. Like we got to do better. We're blowing the bag. Like there's gonna come a time where labels don't want to deal with us because it's all scams. Like I think the labels really are cutting their losses because it's infiltrated with everyone like that. It's not authentic anymore. It's a scam. Everybody, it's no longer the rap. It's the stories. You
That's
understand something?
very true. Very true.
So what
Very true.
am I investing in? Is no talent. All I have to do is get a street story and put it out. You know what I'm
But
saying?
but for some reason, ever since about 2016 to 2017, there has been an agenda on bad artistry
Mhm.
getting top level exposure, knowing, and the labels knowing that they push a certain type of music. So when you push a certain type of music, there's a certain karma that's going to come around. When you've been on this planet long enough, you kind of see the end game, right? So a
Mhm.
lot of labels, they're going to promote that artist knowing that something could possibly happen to them. So they put policies, life insurance policies on these artists. And people that don't know, when you get a
Mhm.
life insurance
Yeah.
policy, you necessarily need that person's signature
No, you don't.
on
Mhm.
an investment for a business investment. So now
Mhm.
the person deceased and this company has $1 million policy. Guess what?
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
died. They only 23, 24 years old. The company just made $1 million just off their death.
Mhm.
we're not even talking about the fact that they're going to make another couple $1,000,000 based on their, catalog, in the sense of
Mhm.
people go on, Spotify or
Mhm.
iTunes and
Mhm.
play button.
But I also feel like that's smart though. But they have to sign what people want. People want this stuff. You know what I'm saying? The I just feel like the real issue is the inner organizations. Like they have to get more. Somebody has to have a more bring a moral compass up. Like we live off principles, right? Like when are we gonna get back to discipline and principles? Because our kids are absolutely going astray. It's out of control now. It's almost it's deviant too. Like I'm watching so much deviancy. I can't even
Subscribe.
stay online for long. It drives me crazy. All the you either see a fight, a scam, somebody getting raped or killed. Like the energy is bad. Like hip hop was about love. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop was about expression. It was about talent, expressing ourselves so we wouldn't get violent, expressing ourselves so we wouldn't be mentally ill or want to hurt somebody. We took it out on the wax, we took it out on the artistry, graffiti, and we took it out in the raps. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? I don't know when we start taking guns and start killing each other, pulling up to people's house, violating people's houses. Like what are we doing?
But you know what's interesting too? The music and the energy of the music just doesn't affect the kids. It
Yeah.
also the adults as well too, because not too long ago when I went to go get a haircut,
Mm-hmm.
there was a mother in there, you know what I mean, with the cakes all out. Mind you, she's in there with her son who's at least about 15 years old. So he's old enough to realize that if you go into a barber shop, it's gonna be men.
Mm-hmm.
When she gets up and them cakes is out,
Mm-hmm.
look, but you not, as a woman, you're not wearing that to the barbershop just to wear that to the barbershop. You're
Sexy
doing
red, man. Sexy. Like I was in Alabama. This is a couple of days ago. I went to see my nephew play in the Adidas tournament. We went to Alabama. We go into a Hooters to get some food. Females is in there with sexy red, the actual sexy red outfits, picking up old white men and taking them home. I'm like, wow. Like this, it's like, wow.
mm,
Like, damn, like times has really changed. It was like Craigslist in the middle of the street. Or
yeah,
what they call it? OnlyFans in the middle of the street. Like, what the heck?
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So the music just doesn't affect just the young people. It affect all of us, the adults,
Yeah.
and us in a different way, and it's not real. Like I can't imagine me being a teenager and I go on my Instagram and I see my mother twerking. I would lose my mind. I would lose my, because that's the world that we actually live in. Like a lot of these artists that are that are women,
Mm-hmm.
they
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
portray like they're younger, but they're a little older, but they're
Yeah.
on media damn near butt naked with the cakes out, twerking, whatever. I can't imagine being a teenager right now and seeing my mother like, yo, this like, yo, don't even talk to me. Like, you know what I mean? Just that energy is really out there. And it goes back to baby boy, where baby
Mm-hmm.
boys said, mama gotta have a life too. So we really live in
Mm-hmm.
that type of
Yeah.
mindset.
If you're not a hustler, a stripper, you have nothing to say.
Right.
You don't have
Right.
nothing to say. Like it's rap is in a bad place because that's what we tried to take the people from.
Hmm.
You understand? That's the rap wasn't created for that. Rap was created to take kids out the streets, not in them. It was to stop the gangs from killing each other. When Bombada started the Zulu Nation and the 5%ers were formed, it was knowledge of self and knowledge of culture. And that was that. I don't even understand what this is. It's like I'm not saying gang culture is bad or good, but if it's killing youth, it's not good. If youth is dying every day and killing each other every day, it's not good. It's
So
not
with
good.
that, so with that being said, do the game has gatekeepers?
No, I don't think game because they're my age now. So these kids don't look. If like these kids pick their. Some of these kids don't even know who Jay-Z is now. Their OGs is NBA YoungBoy and Chief Keef, and that's their OGs now. Like we're grandpas. Like we may not think we old, but when I go into like I still work out. I go in the gym. All the young boys call me Unc. Now I don't. I be looking in the mirror. I be like, damn, I look that old. I don't think I look old, but that's how I am that old. I am. Them kids call me Unc, and I'll be like, damn, it make me feel crazy. But then they don't look at you as they would look at you like they see their father or their grandfather. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That they don't look. No, you're not a gatekeeper. You just somebody that they look at you as an OG because you made it this long. That's the only respect you're gonna get, though. You don't stop nothing at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You may get through to one of them. You know what I'm saying? There's always one that come and talk. I ain't gonna lie, I'm good with the youth. I talk to the youth all the time, but it be one or two that take it home. The rest of them, they ain't on your type of time. They looking past you already. You an old man to them. You know what I'm saying?
So with that being said, and going back into the beef a little bit, who do you think won the Kendrick Lamar and Drake diss
I don't
battle?
think nobody won. I think they all. I don't think nobody won. I think because if Drake come out tomorrow and make a crazy track, then everybody gonna talk. It's all a see. Nobody's ever gonna win because we're in a trending world now. Or you one dope song away from everybody liking you.
Right.
You understand? So it's not even about the lyrics really no more. It's because if you really listen to, I'm not gonna lie, to be honest with you, I wasn't impressed with nobody's. To me, the best rap was a singer. Chris Brown had the best rap,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
He don't even really rap.
Yeah.
So listening to all of them, I was disappointed at all the records. I'm not even gonna lie. I come from an era where it was The Bridge Is Over and I came from with real diss and ether and you know what I'm saying? Like it was clever. I mean, I'm not gonna say what they said wasn't clever. They was throwing shots at each other, but the music not hitting to me like that. The marriage between it's like diss tracks ain't always want to make you dance. You used to sit there and be like, the tracks used to be hard and crazy. Now you want somebody to dance, but you dissing and I don't know. That's not really my flow. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I have that same sentiment. And I had voiced that last night through Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast, and people that in the chat was like, no, it was lyrical, and I'll say honestly, it was very mild. It had its highlights, but it was very mild at best. And because most people are trendy and prisoners of the moment, they felt differently from but
But first of all, none of them is they're not gatekeepers of lyrics to me. Like when you even from Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Drake, they're not known for lyricism. They make great songs. Like cadence, right? Kendrick Lamar to me doesn't have the voice to me to hold my attention. Like when you like he has a great flow. His lyrics is good and he has a great flow, but his voice doesn't do it for me. Drake is more of a songwriter flower type. They're not like Jadakiss or you know what I'm saying? Like they're not known for spitting like that.
Yeah.
Like so that's where you like who like
yeah.
me into lyricism. I don't even put them in a lyricist class. Like they would never be in my top 5 of lyricists ever. You know what I'm saying? Like even I would pick 50 Cent over all of them. Like because 50 Cent is used to dissing you. Like a dissing is dissing. Like I don't know, it's soft. Like even Drake to me lost to King Push before. King Push is more of a lyricist type of rapper than you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would agree with that. So where do you want to see the music game really be at?
I'm waiting for the consciousness to come back, like how Public Enemy was, or Rakim, even conscious as far as being God body. I'm not saying that God body has to come back like that, but some form of consciousness has to come back into the raps because now it has to balance something has to balance this out. You understand?
Have to come from very new artists or established artists? How would that be
It has to come from a new artist because these kids. But I'm gonna keep it 100. There's artists I like they wave like Cobain, Cash Cobain, and I like them dudes that do the For Sure. Because
Mm-hmm.
even though they do got some gangster in them, they all about party. I just want to party. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. I dig that bass swag and Cash and they from Queens too. Peace to bass swag and Cash Cobain because I love that wave. I like that type of stuff. Like that's the type of music like even Ice Spice. She ain't trying to hurt nobody, even though people may like her, don't like her. She just want to party. I ain't beefing with that. I'm talking about the ones that you can't have too much gangster in rap. Like everything can't be killing, man. Y'all don't want to dance. Y'all don't want to get with no girls. Y'all don't want to think about things. Y'all just want to kill each other. Like, come on, man. There's other. You have to balance this out. That's all I'm saying. Because we had gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? We had it, and I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I loved it.
Yeah. But for some reason, I don't like bringing up the 90s because it makes it seem like today's music is like really invalidated. But I'm just trying to make a point. When you
it is invalidated. You know why it's invalidated on the low? Because everybody sound the same. There's no uniqueness. Like it's no uniqueness hardly. Like I named a couple of rappers. I like them because they have a different type of wave. But everybody sound the same. Even I can't even tell you the last time I listened to a good R&B song. Everybody sounds the same. Everybody. The 90s, we had identities. Eric B didn't sound like Kane. And then we had crews. Juice Crew didn't sound like Native Tongues. Native Tongues didn't sound like Def Squad. None of them dudes sound the same.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like we had a universe where Jay-Z, Nas, Tupac, on and on existed in the same universe. Busta Rhymes existed in the same universe where all of them is very uniquely different. All different types of vibes, and it made you appreciate it. Like Wu-Tang, right? I love Wu-Tang.
I love everybody you name.
But Wu-Tang could exist in the same universe as Bone Thugs and Harmony, as WA, as House of Pain. It exists, even though House of Pain has a little rock and roll to them, but it still exists in the same universe, and you can appreciate all of those different groups and crews to the up. It make you like their music more, if they all on the same bill. Public Enemy, like it all in the same universe.
And they used to rock back to back to back to back to back. You partied all night. I used to listen to the radio all night. All night. When rap came on Friday, Saturday nights, I listened to rap all night. Whether it was Mr. Magic, Chuck Chill Out, Red Alert, I listened to it all night. I can't listen to this stuff. Like I still listen. I have to go back to the 90s. I can't listen to it. Only certain songs I can't listen to it now because it gets monotonous. This one want to kill this one. This one want to spit on this one's mother. Like the messages don't resonate with me. The frequency don't resonate with me. I can't be on and being that like me, I have a nephew that been killed like that, right? So it's very deep to me to know that there's graves behind what you're saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that I may be participating and sitting there singing your songs, like you're actually bragging about it and capitalizing off of it. It's not right. It's not right. It's not right. We've lost our way. That's all I'm saying.
One of my favorite rap songs still to this day is Can I Get a What? When you have Jay-Z who has Rockefeller, you have next that's down with that has Rough Riders, you have Ja Rule who has Murder Inc., and they all existed in the same universe. And and everybody ate and everybody was able to show.
And they
I
beef too. Remember, 50 Cent and Ja Rule beef. But
yeah,
guess what? You ain't never seen 50 go to Ja Rule house, and you ain't never seen Ja Rule pull up the Jay-Z house. They fought whenever.
yeah,
Then
yeah.
whether it's the studio, whenever I just ran into you. I'm not
Right,
looking for you. You're not looking for me.
right,
These people
right.
be on the hunt outside looking for each other, pulling up in front of people's houses, shooting up people's mother's house. Like, what's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? You understand? What's wrong with these kids? And I'm gonna tell you what's scary about this. Free speech is not free no more. Like, since when does words make you want to kill somebody? Me and you can have a disagreement. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to agree with everything you say. You know what I'm saying? How many times? You know how many times? People don't know how old I am. I'm 54 years old. You know how many dudes talking about didn't like what I said? I'm gonna pull up. I'm a grown man. Would you tell your father I'm gonna pull up on you? Like what? Because you didn't like what I said,
Yeah.
son. I'm sorry. There's nothing. And you know what's sad too to see people my age talk about pulling up, right? But let me explain something to you. If you're not 54 and at peace, something is wrong. It's gonna take a lot. Now, don't get me wrong. You don't bring it out of me because
Yeah,
it
yeah,
takes a lot. I
yeah.
will walk away to save my peace. I do not want to pull up, brother. I am sorry. If my words, I won't say nothing. It ain't that serious. I'm not going to die for no words. I'm not willing to die for no words. It's just my opinion. Now, if my opinion bothers you that much, I won't say it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Whatever. I pray for you, brother, because obviously ignorance is when somebody can't explain a point to another person, even if it's a fact, right? You don't want to hear it. We in that type of world. We in that type of world, man.
You know what's interesting? You have somebody like Shaquille O'Neal. You had other like
I thought that was disgusting. You talking about him and Shannon Sharp?
well, no, I'm talking about Shaquille O'Neal, the rapper.
Oh,
So
okay.
even with him and Shaquille O'Neal, when Shaquille O'Neal came into the rap game,
Oh, okay.
he gave it real blessings to the game. Like it's not an album that I go back and listen to.
Right.
Um, I've heard the album. It's not whack. It's
Right.
actually a good album.
Right.
Um, track to track, and
Mm-hmm.
he done did his work, his due
Mm-hmm.
diligence. Proper producers got the
Mm-hmm.
proper to do features with,
Mm-hmm.
and then you see what today is because back then was about being good. So when you
Mm-hmm.
speak to him and Shannon Sharp
Mm-hmm.
about the things that his that was said prior to, um
Did you hear the diss track?
I didn't hear the diss track. I didn't hear the diss track.
You gotta
I
listen.
just said the Shannon Sharp.
Shaquille got a diss track to Shannon Sharp, man.
But Shannon last night he said whatever, because like I said, I only know
Mm-hmm.
what he said. So he
Mm-hmm.
said, take it any type of way. I apologize. He said this on his show. He
Mm-hmm.
said, don't got no beef with you. It's all good. I have my opinion, and that's my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. I have no beef with you. So for Shaq to follow that up with a diss record, so I'm speaking to your point about being at a certain and not being
Mm-hmm.
at.
But that's a little different though, because you're speaking on my personal business and then you want me not to be offended. I may not want you to speak. This is what I'm trying to say too, the new era of digging into people's business, right? Like now we in an era where people kissing and telling, people telling personal business. Where we at with this? This is what I'm trying to say. That's like my ex-girlfriend from 1992 getting up here telling you my personal business. Me and her was in the bed together or something like that. I don't want everybody to know that. I don't want you understand how I become famous all of a sudden. You bring up something from 1988 when I was a kid at that and throw it in
Well,
my face now, huh?
but wouldn't that be more of an issue with you and the lady instead of you and the rest of the world?
Um,
Because she's selling books right now, and a part of her books, she had made a statement saying that she don't know for sure if she ever really loved Shaq, but she was in love with the fact of being
that
married and
ain't what
built.
he got mad at. He got mad at when that's not what he got mad at. He got mad at when Shannon Sharp was talking about he was never really an MVP.
That too.
So
Yes,
you gave an opinion.
you're
So now
right.
Now,
Right.
if it was just that, I would agree with you. But now you making personal attacks. Like that's an attack to me. That's
Mhm.
like I don't think Shaq would ever say that Shannon Sharp is not an MVP type candidate. You know what I'm saying? Shannon Sharp was one of the best tight ends ever played the game, just like
Facts.
Shaq was one of the best centers that ever played the game. You can't take that away from them.
Right. Facts.
So,
That's
so
true.
to say that to me, I mean, why? I mean, I would get mad at that too. I'm not judging on either side. I'm just saying I would get mad at that too. Where's my professional etiquette? I wouldn't have did that to you. You know what I'm
So
saying?
so all right. So again, if somebody says something to offend you, and they genuinely say, "Hey, my bad. I apologize. I don't got no beef with you. I said what I said, but I'm apologizing for it." Are we at a space where we can't say nothing and then apologize like genuinely, not just to say, "Well, I apologize," but just
It
to say,
depends on how I feel. Just because you apologize doesn't mean I have to accept it. Like, say me and you's cool, but you diss me and
mhm,
then you apologize. I may not. I may just want to diss you back, even
mhm.
though I accepted your apology. I owe you one. You know what I'm saying? Like some people can't eat that. That's hard to say because just because somebody apologized, you still did the damage though. You know what I'm saying? That person may feel like they have to clap back because you kind of punched me under the belt because he did say a little bit too much. Shaq is an MVP. Shaq,
Yeah, no,
Shaq is an
no,
MVP time.
right. But I'm just looking at the timeline. So
Hmm.
Shannon said Shaq clapped back,
Right.
right? So
Hmm.
now Shaq says, "Yo, I apologize." So now Shaq responds with a diss record. You
Hmm.
see, and so it's like, where's the grace? Where's the peace?
But a diss record is grace. He ain't come for him really. He just said stuff in the rap. I mean, rap is cool. It'd be
Okay.
funny if Shannon Sharp rap, but that would be oh. But I mean, that is grace. I'm dissing you in a record. I'm not like speaking on you. I'm just rapping.
Yeah.
That's it wasn't good though. I'm not gonna
But,
lie, it wasn't
but
good.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Being that you said that, that would be hilarious if Shannon got on the record and was like, "I mofo," and start doing his bars or whatever. It's like, yo, this is
Oh
getting
yeah. That would be the
this.
funniest thing on TV because he has a country type. His voice, he would
Yeah,
no, it would be over. I'll
yeah.
probably laugh through the whole song. But
Now,
but
my
I
bad. Go ahead.
mean, nah, I'll just say that would be hilarious. I'm not even going.
subscribe,
Now,
That would be fun,
do
huh?
you think the state of where we at right now, you can kind of trace it to the beginning of year with Cat Williams with his statements on Club Shay Shay, meaning it seems like we're in a battle for battle
Yeah,
era.
I think he started a wave, but the authenticity got lost because when he spoke, he was being real, he was being transparent, and I think a lot of people doing it just the trend, and there's a difference.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it don't hit as hard. That's why his is to be number one. All these
Mhm.
people trying too hard. That's how I look at every interview he has now. People trying hard to meet that instead of being themselves. That's why I don't really watch a lot of even Amanda Seals. I'm not speaking on her name or nothing, but I wasn't really that interested because it didn't the authenticity wasn't the same. It's like you even saying stuff like even when she talked up because I have an autistic son, so when she spoke on autism, I felt like she was reaching. Like I was like, damn, you do anything to trend. Like that's the way I took it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I
Mhm.
mean, I could be wrong. Don't get, I
Right.
could be wrong, but that's the way I took it. Even the fact that you said you diagnosed yourself, so you was reaching for views to me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like everybody that sits on our couch is going to compete with
Mhm.
Cat Williams. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. That's why authenticity. Even when Monique did it, it wasn't as it didn't hit like none of them
Yeah.
hit like he hit because
Yeah.
he really was on
Yeah.
that wave. You know what I mean?
But see, here's the thing: like when you say something and you put something out there, you're gonna have people that's gonna speak on it. Just like being an artist, you can't
Mhm.
want the adulation and the acceptance and the greatness, and not want the backlash when something don't go your way on a record or people don't receive it the
Yeah,
same
but
way.
what was the need for you? All right, just like you said, here's where like I like Shannon Sharp. Don't get me wrong, I watched some of his stuff. Especially when he was with Skip. I like Shannon Sharp. But what was the purpose of you coming at his basketball? Like, say she is trying to promote a book and say she says she never loved Shaq and all that crazy stuff. What made you go into his NBA career and talk about that?
Right.
Like,
No.
what
Right.
made
No.
you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's I ain't gonna lie. I'll be like, where this coming from? Like it didn't. I don't know. I have to look at the interview again, but I was like, where did that come from? Like,
Right. No, I understand that point. I
yeah,
understand that point. And as far as just in interviews or just people just speaking on platforms, when they speak something out, like say again, we're not speaking on this lady's name, Amanda Seals, but
right, right,
but she did say that she self-diagnosed herself.
right.
So for people that have been diagnosed, that have gone through
Mhm.
the proper steps, that have done the work, now when she says that, because you put it out there, you're going to have people that's going to sympathize with you because that, okay, I can see that. But then you have another side of that, of people that really going through that, are parents of children that go through that, are brothers and sisters of people that's
Mhm.
going through that. They have a place to say something back to what she said. So my
Yeah,
thing
but
is,
can I ask you a question though?
huh?
Name one. You know? Do you know anyone that's autistic?
I know a few people, but not by, but
Okay. You all right? For any one of them that you know, did they diagnose themselves?
no,
Were
not
they
one,
capable of diagnosing themselves?
not one.
That's all I'm saying. Like, how autistic are you if you could diagnose just like that's not something that you can diagnose.
Right,
Like,
right, right.
that's crazy within itself. Like, I was like, are you serious? Like, any person who has an autistic, and there's levels of autism too, right? Some even have sensory issues. I don't see none of that. Like, you autistic enough where you can diagnose yourself. I've never met an autistic person that could diagnose themselves as autistic, and I have an autistic son. You
Mm-hmm,
understand?
mm-hmm.
And some are verbal and some are nonverbal. Even the verbal ones, I've never seen one that could diagnose themselves. Say I was. They was
Yeah,
clinically diagnosed. They was tested and diagnosed by the
yeah,
state.
yeah.
Hey, God, I mean, hey.
But that's what I'm getting to.
Mm-hmm,
So when she says that,
mm-hmm,
subscribe,
have to be prepared for the backlash and the support. You can't be mad. You can't be happy that you're going to be supported and then get mad
mm-hmm,
at people at the
mm-hmm.
back, of people feeling like, yo, how can you diagnose yourself or even think to say that when
Right,
people that's living it every day know the real steps?
right.
So she can't be mad at the backlash for that statement because she put it out there.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Because I,
Right,
I thought she was full of it, but that's just my personal opinion. And guess what? She's entitled to us too. I either follow her or I don't. I choose not to. Like, I
hmm,
don't follow her, so it don't matter. You can say what you want. I could listen to it or not listen to it. We all could pick who we want to hear and don't hear. You understand what I'm saying?
right,
But
right,
but now you made your opinion public. I'm making a my public opinion like you made yours. I
right.
feel like I disagree. You know what I'm saying? And we
Hmm,
could agree or disagree without having insults or hating each other or wanting to kill each other. You know
hmm,
what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But now that's now how personal it is to her. That's the only thing. Like that she may really only God knows if she really could take that to heart or not. You know what I'm saying?
hmm,
She really feel like that. And she may
hmm.
really be insulted when somebody challenges that. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? That's where things get a little crazy.
But see, we done got to a point where we're sensitive to how people feel instead
Hmm.
of the reality. And what I mean by that is this, because it becomes a slippery slope. If a
Hmm.
man is a full blown man, wakes up
Hmm.
today and say, I feel like a woman.
Right.
When you walk past him, you like, hello, sir, how you doing? Don't call me sir.
Right.
I'm lady.
Right.
Okay, whatever. How will you like? So I can't be a part of your delusion. So now that you feel like a woman today, my daughter's in the bathroom.
Right.
The bathroom is right there. You
Right.
look like and you're dressed as a man, but you feel like a woman.
Right.
But head into the woman's bathroom, bruh. What you doing? My daughter's in that bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
What you mean? I'm a lady. But so we've come to a place where we're so sensitive to how people feel, and we have to cater to the
But let
delusion.
me ask you a question. Did that ever happen to you though?
Meaning, like, what you mean?
I
Like,
mean,
in a type of way?
no, I'm saying did somebody did you see a man go in the bathroom? Like say you don't have kids, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. You
I
got
have
a
a daughter.
daughter?
Hmm.
Okay. Did that ever happen to you?
Not necessarily.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like
I,
I don't think nobody's gonna have the nerve to
but I,
go. If I got my daughter going in that bathroom, right,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
standing outside that door,
yeah.
I don't think no man is gonna have the nerve to go in that bathroom with my daughter in there. I don't.
It,
I just. I don't know. Maybe that's just the alpha male in me,
yeah,
but there's no way in hell.
yeah.
Even sometimes, like people sense energies, right? I'm not even worried about something like that because I know and I know I'm not going to allow that. You understand? I'm standing outside here for a reason. Like my presence is here. It don't matter to me what you say. Don't matter at that point. I'm on protection mode. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you go in there at your own risk. The minute you open that door, I'm on your ass. Like that's just how and they sense that. I don't even think that would have happened. I don't
But
even
see,
think that would. Huh?
the way I conjure that up is because I remember being at the parks and my daughter
Yeah.
having the bathroom and me,
Yeah.
checking to make sure that there's no
Right.
creep
Right.
right
Right.
there. You know what I mean? And let her,
Don't get me
do.
wrong, it's possible. I've seen I've seen the stories, but I'm saying if I've seen this and on another note, if a person tells me to address them as such, I would if you want that. Now, if you get offended if I didn't know no better, that's different. If somebody says, listen, um, can you address me as Mrs.? I really don't have no problem. That's what you want. That's on you. I mean, I don't have no problem with it. Like I only have a problem when you push your beliefs on me. Like I'm a heterosexual man. I'm
Mhm.
so don't push your like if you know that, right? Don't come on to me like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take offense to it. I'm gonna tell you once, just like you told me your name is Mr. I'm be like, I like women. You
Mhm.
understand? And that's all you're gonna get. That's
Mhm.
called respect. I could respect. You can call yourself whatever. I only have a problem when you push it on. You know what I'm saying? Like everything around me, I don't I I can adjust to you. You supposed to adjust to society. I'm not supposed to adjust to you. You have to adjust to society. You understand? It's like
Mhm.
society, it's like for the 35%, 100% has to adjust to the 35%. Why?
But the connection that I'm making is that is it respect when somebody says they self-diagnose themselves because they feel the way?
Um, is it respect? I I mean, it doesn't affect me if she's autistic or not. Like
Right.
respect. I
Oh,
mean, do I believe what she said? No, I don't
right.
believe she's. Do I believe it? No. But do I? Respect it how? Like I don't believe her, but I don't deal with her either. So you know what I'm saying? Like if she was around me, I don't know, because some people are crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like people. There's people you work with or be around, or there's people like y'all just don't flow. Like I could tell by her personality that I wouldn't flow with her. Like I would have to remove myself because our personalities are different. Like you know what I'm saying? Even the way she was getting at Shannon Sharp, I didn't. I was like, oh, she's a little she's one of those like nah.
But I'm just keeping it just on the statement alone, right? So
Mhm,
we not going to dive into that because we don't
mhm.
because we're not bashing her. We just
No, it's
speak.
not bashing. No, I'm just saying like sometimes it's deeper than respect. Like our person, like some people are radical personalities. That's what I'm trying to really say. Like I would just remove myself. It wouldn't be respect or disrespect. If I don't like the way you flow, I just don't be around you. I'm not gonna be in those situations. You'll never see me at a parade or that's not my style. If it was, I would, you know what I'm saying? I stay away from it. It's not my business. It's not, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I don't look at it as just, I don't agree with it, but we all could agree to disagree. This is America, you know what I'm saying? There's room for everybody. There's time. Just like there's people that celebrate the Confederate flag now. Now, do I like the Confederate flag? No, but that is some people's history. Some people, especially in the South, their parents fought under that flag. That is their history, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Who and this is the funniest thing. People be like, I hate this and I hate that, but Stone Mountain, right? Stone Mountain was built by the Ku Klux Klan. All races go there. You know what I'm saying? I don't see people say, I'm not going here because it's the Klan. You know what I'm saying? That's their part. They built that part. That is their history. There's nothing you could change the name all you want. The Ku Klux Klan built that part. You understand what I'm trying to say? It is what it is. That's their history.
But was interesting, like the Ku Klux Klan is a contradiction all in itself, even with the flag. The flag comes from our lineage. They took our flag and turned it into a symbol of hatred, and they disclosed it with being a rebel. A rebel of what? A rebel of
black people that fought for that flag too. Do you know that?
Right. But
so how racist was it? There's black people that fought for that flag too. People go by the we gonna get deep. I don't know if you feel like getting deep like that.
right. But it was with the when we fought for that flag, it was our flag.
Subscribe.
It was a flag that they came up with. It was like, yeah, this is our flag. We're about rebels against the Confederates. This is our flag. So it was our flag. It was one of the tribe's flags. And they literally took that flag and turned it into a symbol of hatred.
Well, that's everything we do. I was learning something about I was reading something yesterday about when you sing happy birthday. It's actually a spell.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
So everything you do is twisted. Like you'd be surprised how much we in forces and energy, right? You'd be surprised. Unlearning, it's like the Matrix is real as far as unlearning what you've been taught for civilization. Like even religion, everything is taught for us to live in a civilization. But this is a conquered civilization. You must know that. So everything is about control and making sure that it's order within that civilization. That's what everything is about. Whether it's Christian, Islam, just because the only difference is the Arab, you follow an Arab civilization or you follow a more Americanized civilization. But it's all for us to coexist in this world in peace. You understand? Or we all be at war with each other. We would. We'll just head that way anyway. That's why you see the civil unrest now.
Yeah.
The cognitive dissonance. People are not believing anymore. Like even Christianity. If you walk down the street, 9 times out of back in the day, everybody believed in God. You might get 9 out of 10 that does not believe in God now. It's just a different way. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, very few people that did not believe in that didn't believe in God in their particular religion. Last question of the night, though.
Got you.
What is a situation throughout your journey that you didn't think you was going to come out of?
My music journey.
Or personal, either one.
That I wasn't going to come out of?
Yeah. That you like you just felt like you wasn't going to get out of it. And it just had such a negative effect on you, whether it was mentally, emotionally.
The only time I ever felt like that, I had a court case. I had a fight with somebody and I fractured their skull. And they sued me civilly and they wound up getting picked up criminally. And I thought I was going to jail. And the funny thing how that worked out, the person who sued me dropped the charges. And because when I went to go I had to meet with the DA, and when I met with the DA, that's the and I was scared the whole time because at first I had the civil suits. I won the civil. I didn't even know I won, but I won the civil suit first. And then when I went to the criminal, I was scared still because I didn't want to go to jail for that. And when I met with the DA, the dude had dropped, and it felt like a burden because I swear to God I was going to jail because they was pressing me. Like my lawyer was like, "Yo, you got to go in there," because I was avoiding. He's like, "Listen, if you avoid the one more time, they're gonna put out a warrant." And I started getting scared, so I didn't want to go to jail. So, but that's the only time I ever felt like I couldn't get out of something. Everything else, I kind of like, I was blessed, man. Like, I was always around people. Like, I was never stupid. I always had older people that I always had somebody to look up to as a bard that can give me good advice. I never was in nothing that I couldn't get out of. Even my marriage, it didn't work out, but I wasn't never forced into anything. You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't change this life for nothing. Mm-mm. What about yourself?
It's been a lot. It's been a lot. One particular time, same thing, court situation. I was up to 5 different charges, looking at 2 years in prison.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my mother cried and pleaded with me to take a deal,
Mm-hmm.
out, because if they convict me on just one count, I was
Mm-hmm.
looking at 2 years in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And we came up with a game plan. I pleaded out, and and I was able to get out that situation without it taking me under mentally. And that situation was very difficult,
Mm-hmm.
having my parents there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Newborn daughter. My daughter was only maybe like one-ish, two-ish at the time. Uh, Looking forward to playing football and going to college. So coming out of that situation, those were the things that helped me get out of it. But as I was making the steps to get out that situation itself, that was a process, and
Yeah.
it was
Imagine.
very, very difficult. It was a strain on obviously myself, but my parents. I've never seen my parents, look like that because we had just lost my brother, my oldest brother,
Mm-hmm.
few years prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I know they still dealing with that. So imagine, one of your kids, dying,
Mm-hmm.
God forbid, and then now your youngest son
Mm-hmm.
about to do some time.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a situation. That was one of the situations I thought I wasn't gonna come out of. I thought like, yo, I'm gonna go to jail, and
Mm-hmm.
I mentally prepare myself because this is just me as a person. My mother used to say this to me, and I hate that it still rings with me to this day. She
Mm-hmm.
said, "You in particular, my youngest son, I'm most afraid when the devil starts talking to you."
Mm-hmm.
For me, I get into protective mode, and when I get in protective mode, my energy changes because I'm thinking about protecting myself. It's not
Mm-hmm.
about tough
Mm-hmm.
and gangster. No,
Mm-hmm.
tough and gangster. That's
Mm-hmm.
you trying to survive. So
Mm-hmm.
I start mentally preparing myself
Mm-hmm.
for
But I'm gonna
possibly.
keep it 100. You can't being in there. You can never mentally, like, I'm talking about my first time going. You can never mentally prepare because you have no idea
Mhm,
that shit is not what you expected. I don't care what you think you watched on TV.
mhm.
That shit is nothing. That's a
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
nother show. That
and
shit
that
is nothing like you think it is.
and that was the same thing I was just about to say, that nothing
Mm-hmm.
that mentally prepare myself, but being, doing,
Mm-hmm.
weekend stints in,
Mm-hmm.
bookings and different gyms
Mm-hmm.
and so on and so
Mm-hmm.
forth. It's not a place I could get used to. It's
Mm-hmm.
funky.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
it
a
like
different type of tough, man. when they close that door, like if you have a cell, I don't know if people let me tell you something for you young people. You think you tough. It ain't even the people that you better be scared. When they close that room and you cannot get out. You ever get in a cell and they close that door with you in it, you better not be claustrophobic. You are in there until they open it.
Mm-hmm.
That is the craziest feeling. That is the craziest. Even if you in a dorm, you laying in there and don't know nobody. You in a bed, damn near those mattresses is as thin as hell. You laying on a piece of paper with an iron, and it's iron. It's an iron bed with a
cold,
one blanket, one sheet, one pill. Yo, that's the most uncomfortable. And you in there, you can't even sleep because you don't know nobody. Somebody punch you in your face in your sleep. You don't know. You. That is the craziest. Nobody could prepare you for that. You have to be yeah.
And one of my biggest worries, like you said, it wasn't the people for real. It was like the rats just running around here reckless.
Roaches, flying roaches. Yeah, man. It's not what you think. It's disgusting. The food is disgusting. The trays is disgusting. Yo, it's a bunch of drug addicts and yo, it's not as gangster as you think. Like, yo, you know what jail's like almost? Like you ever went on a train and there's the dude on the train that nobody wants to sit next to?
Yeah. And you got
like 30 dudes like that. It's like 30 dudes like that. And especially in you may have like 5 gangsters in your door. Everybody else is homeless or mentally ill.
Yeah.
That is not normal. And they were, I've seen people steal socks and drawers, and you wash your socks. Somebody stole it and wore it. Wear your drawers. You wash your drawers and bring it up. Somebody put your drawers on. Yo, it's crazy. And like, I would never. I don't know how people can repeatedly go. Yo, no disrespect to nobody. That's a different type of tough. You would have to kill me to go back in there. That's a different type of tough. I can't. I could never do it. I could never live a lifestyle like that. I couldn't. I'd kill somebody, or somebody would kill me.
And so that was the situation for me, and right on par to what you're saying, like having to put yourself in a situation and you have to deal with, because I'm very big on accountability. So if I'm wrong and this is what I got to deal with, now I have to deal with all the repercussions that come with it. And now I have to prepare myself I can. And if I have to do something to survive, that's something you have to mentally prepare for. It just like that you just sit, when you give, if most people, when you give news to people that doesn't benefit them, they can deal with it as long as they have a chance to process it. When people have a quick reaction, that just means that they didn't process it yet. So that was a part of it. So, but bro, thank you for tapping in, bro. This been amazing. This is episode 3. Again, y'all, this is my brother, my bro, Jokey from Jokey Entertainment, one of the best producers to me, hands down, unsung in the game, that needs and deserves his props. And go look up his work, his catalog. His production is fire. So make sure y'all tap in. Is there any other projects that you want to shout out? Shout out your Instagram.
Jokey ENT at Gmail. I mean, Jokey ENT on Instagram. Jokey ENT, JOKENT. I'm not really as active as I should be on Instagram, but I'll be on there, and I have a lot of my placement on there. And what I was gonna say too? Oh yeah, I gotta check me out. Probably gonna be on Busta's next album. Hopefully, let's cross our fingers. Him and Simba did a track to one of my songs, so hopefully that'll be coming out this summer. So
fire. So proud of you, my brother.
All right.
Again, y'all, make sure you check in and tap in with us every Monday at 9:30 to Overstand Podcast. Why understand? Why you can overstand? Check me out every Sunday and Thursday on Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. 10:30 p.m. It's nothing but love, and we see y'all next time. We out here.
Subscribe.